Are you dealing with a high conflict person who just keeps twisting your words, throwing out accusations, leaving you feeling exhausted? And every time it happens, you're thinking, if I could just explain this the right way, maybe they'll understand and this will stop. That day is not coming, okay? Because the explanation is exactly what they are fishing for. They want you to be in this crazy loop of chaos. And every time you give it to them, you're handing them exactly what they came for. So instead of one more explanation or one more attempt to get them to see, acknowledge you, see your side, or anything like that, I'm going to give you four exact lines, word for word, four responses to stop a high conflict person in their tracks because they take away the one thing that person is actually searching for, which is not agreement. Okay. And it's not understanding, it's your reaction. That's what they're going for. Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung. I'm known as the leveraged lawyer. I have been a trial lawyer for more than 25 years, and I've sat across from thousands of high conflict people in courtrooms, depositions, mediations. And today I'm going to give you those four lines, which when you use each one, they work. They get them to be put in their place so that you take control of the narrative instead of the other way around. And if you're new here, welcome. I invite you to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stick around because every day we are dropping pearls of wisdom for you so that you take back control of your situation. So here's why defending yourself fails. And you got to understand what happens when a high conflict person attacks you. They're not trying to resolve anything. Even if they say they're trying to resolve something, that is not what's actually happening. They're not looking for common ground. They're not looking to listen to you, to make you feel heard, to make you feel valued, honored, respected, appreciated. They're not, no matter how it sounds, trying to be understood themselves. They are trying to provoke a reaction because your reaction is actually fuel for them. When you get defensive, when you over explain, when you what I call jade, justify, argue, defend, or explain, then you are matching their energy. And when you do that, you hand them exactly what they came for, right? You're literally saying, here's my power. You become predictable, and a predictable person is easy to control. Meanwhile, every emotional response you deliver becomes part of the record. Every long paragraph, every send that was sent in haste or anger or frustration, that becomes a potential trial exhibit. Okay. And you're going to see it again in deposition or in cross-examination. And every time you match their energy, you look like the crazy one. You don't look like the composed party. It just looks like two people who are both out of control. So the move is to become unpredictable by actually staying calm, by refusing to take the bait, by responding from strategy instead of emotion. Every one of the four lines that I'm going to give you right now does the same thing at the same time. It does three things. It lowers the temperature every single time. It keeps you in control and it builds your record so that you're controlling the frame, so that you're the one that's controlling the narrative. Because remember, you're not just having a conversation. Just remember that every time you're engaging with this, you're not just having a conversation. You're potentially building evidence. All right. So here are the four lines. Number one is the accusation. Okay. So they're going to accuse you. You always do this. You're impossible. This is what everybody says about you. And the instinct, of course, is to defend yourself. The instinct, of course, is to fight back. Do not, do not say, um, this is not fair. Let me explain. Uh, because the minute you try to go right up against them and match it, you're in the mud with them. They've sucked you in. Like they go fishing, they get a big hook in your mouth and they reel you in, and you're pulled in, sucked in, dragged in deep into the mud. Instead, say this, I hear you. I hear that this is the way you see it. Full stop. I hear you. Period at the end, not a question. And here's why it works, because you haven't agreed with them. You've not argued. You've not done anything. You've simply acknowledged that you heard them say something, right? And that's undeniably true. I hear you. Or I hear that that's your perspective, right? Because now you're not only hearing, but you're also saying that you understand they have a perspective. Again, it's just really more of an observation. You don't have to say anything more than that because now you're the composed one and they're the ones who are escalating. And what always happens next is they repeat the accusation louder with more detail because they can't believe that you're not fighting back. So you just keep saying the sentence, I hear you. I see that that's the way you feel. I understand that that's your perspective. I hear you. Same tone. Just stop talking. The composure in the pattern does the work, not the words themselves. It's more that you're just composed and you're not taking the bait. So line number two is with regard to the bait. This is designed to make you explode. It might be late at night in a text. It might be in front of other people because the audience is part of the trap a lot of times. Great parenting. It's obvious that you only care about yourself. I guess this is who you are. Do not take that bait. Okay. I say I'm not going to respond to that right now. Not like, oh my God, how dare you? Look at how great I am. Look at all the things that I do. As soon as you go down that path, you're out of control, right? So do not do that. What this line buys you is that you can escape this and it gives you time to think, time to process, time to be away from it, time to document what actually happened. So when you slow it down and you say, I'm not going to respond to that right now, then it gives you a chance to cool off and not be in your limbic brain, but be back into your prefrontal cortex where you can think from a place of being rational. Okay. And here's what almost nobody realizes about this time. If it ever gets read aloud in mediation or courtroom, you only look like the most reasonable adult in the room because you were. So, quick pause. I want you to drop in the comments right now which of these first two situations you've ever dealt with, and the accusation or the bait, and how did you handle it? How did you handle it in the past? All right, so two lines down, two to go. And the last two are for situations that do the most damage, quite frankly, because they're designed to really make you doubt reality and force you into a decision that maybe you won't even be able to take back. So here's what to say instead. So the third thing is in response to the rewrite. So this is when they say something super cruel, or they might say, oh, that never happened, or that didn't happen like that, or you agreed to this. And you're going to be like, that's not how it is. And you're going to want to say something like, that's not what happened. You always exaggerate or whatever it is. So all I want you to say is this. That's not how I remember it. And I've made a note of it. Two things that just happened in one short sentence. One, you calmly refuse to accept their version of reality. And you're not saying that they're wrong. You're just saying that's not how I remember it. And then the second thing is that I've made a note of it, meaning you're going to keep a paper trail. And you're not accusing them. You're just, I'm going to just keep notes. Okay. I'm just going to take, documentation. Just going to observe what's happening here. And I want you to actually keep the note. I want you to actually document what actually happened. And if you don't document, if it hasn't been documented, it probably never happened. Like in other words, it even if you remember it happening, it's going to be hard to prove that it happened. So you want to just take 30 seconds and document it somewhere. This is why I built Slay AI, by the way, which is a patented private platform which helps you take scattered documentation and turn it into automatic leverage. It also includes an incident tracker so that you can document that incident right there, right then, and it'll become part of everything else that you're working on. All right, so you can start for free there at slaypro.ai and start documenting right now in real time. So the fourth thing is that pressure play. This is the ultimatum. This is the sign it right now, or I'm walking away, or this is the best deal you're going to get. And if you don't sign it, then the deal will be worse tomorrow, or I'm going to make your life a living hell, or you're not going to, get any money out of this, or whatever it is. They're going to be like, there's going to be some massive consequences if you don't sign this or settle this right now. Just say, I'm not going to make a decision under pressure. I will get back to you. High conflict people manufacture urgency because they know that you're going to feel this pressure then, and then you're going to get sloppy. Real decisions, the ones that hold up, the ones that stick, those agreements that end up sticking, they're the ones where people actually took their time and nobody regretted anything. So you really want to be careful about signing anything under pressure, right? So just practice the sentence. I'm not going to make a decision right now. I will take it under advisement. I will get back to you. Practicing things like this until it just feels boring, until it just feels easy. And you're just letting them know that you're going to resolve this on your terms, not theirs. So do you see a thread running through all of these? None of these is actually a comeback, right? None of these is actually, how do I win this argument or get the leg up on them? It's lowering the temperature. It's you being in control and you quietly building this record. And that's the game. That's the game. And that's what is going to, in the end, give you the leverage that you need to create pressure on the other side to get them to feel motivated and incentivized to wanting to come to a resolution with you. All right, so 4 lines, and each one does the same thing. It helps to calm things down, helps to protect you in the long run. And again, if you want a tool that captures all of this, start with Slay AI for free at slaypro.ai. And the link is also in the description. So you're not having a conversation. Remember that. Every time you think you're just having a conversation with them, you're being tested. It's an opportunity for you. Every accusation, every rewrite, every ultimatum, they're just opportunities to see how you're going to respond. And remember, respond, don't react. Because the people who lose in high conflict situations, the people who don't get the results that they want, are the people who don't play this game the right way. All right. So when they accuse you, just remember, I hear you, or I'm not going to take that bait right now. You're just going to be like, I'm not responding right now, or that's not how I remember it, or I'm not going to make a decision under pressure. 4 lines, 4 situations, composure, control, record. You don't win against a high conflict person by pushing back exactly or being louder or just clapping back at them, right? The next video that I want you to watch is the 60-second power reset. It's a great video to pair with this one. So go watch that one next. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. You share it with anybody who needs to see this today. And I will see you in that next video. Remember that leverage plus clarity equals freedom.